Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where yes, we've got Fog of War for you today, in the form of a puzzle called Restricted Access by Kennet's Dad. And I did a Kennet's Dad Fog of War puzzle on the channel a couple of weeks ago, and it was absolutely mighty and beautiful. It was quite mathematical, if I remember right. It was Diaresis 2.0 was what it was called. But this puzzle, which so many of you have recommended, is apparently not too mathsy, more coloury, quite a chromatic puzzle, and it only has 2 stars out of 5 for difficulty. So this is what I'm going to be having a go at in today's video, and looking forward to it I am. Just before we kick off and I read you the rules, I don't have any birthdays today, which is very strange, but I wanted to let you know that Mark and I are going to be streaming on Tuesday night again at 10 o'clock UK time. We're going to be playing a game called Tametsi, which apparently is a bit like Hex Cells, which we had a lovely time playing a couple of months ago. But this is like Hex Cells turned up to 11. It's meant to be more complicated, and you can see even that diagram looks more complicated. Although it does look, it's got a very, it looks good on the eye. Let's say that. So 10 o'clock UK time. We'd love to have your company. I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen in case you're interested. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that we're on the 13th of October, and that means you've got 1 week left to enter our competition for the month, which was the Sudoku hunt over on Patreon. Caroline's Halloween Adventure from the Paint by Numbers Institute. We have now had over 500 correct entries for this hunt, and the vast majority of the comments have been absolutely terrific. It's definitely an easier hunt than last month, so if you haven't started it yet, a week is more than enough time to get through it all. Oh yes, and Mark and I were mulling over. Normally the reward or the winning entry for our competition wins game keys. But we were wondering whether sometimes in the past we've actually given away things viewers have created as well. There have been some lovely sort of blankets and plushies and things like that. But we have been mulling over whether anybody might like to solve a Sudoku with me as a prize. Probably not, but yeah, that is something we've been given thought to. So maybe drop a comment on the video if that does appeal, or if it doesn't indeed, and maybe we might have that as a prize one month, even this month, I don't know, if it seems like it's a popular idea. Anyway, that was the only other thing I wanted to mention. Otherwise, let's have a look at Restricted Access. Let's see what Kennet's Dad has got in store for us. These are the rules of the puzzle. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply, so we're going to have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits along the blue negative diagonal may not repeat, and this diagonal begins in row 1, column 1, and crosses the grid to row 9, column 9. I suppose yes, because we can't see under the fog. It's just being reconfirmed to us that this is the negative diagonal. It's often called this because if you were to plot a graph of y against x, this would have a negative gradient, whereas this diagonal would have a positive gradient. So this is the positive diagonal. This one is the more unhappy of the 2 diagonals, and what we have to not repeat a digit on it. Is that right? Yeah, so these digits are going to be the digits 1 to 9 once each. Now, some of the grid is covered in fog, and placing a correct digit will remove the fog surrounding that digit. So let's find a good spot. If imagine we worked out and we deduced this digit here, and we placed it in the grid, it would clear the fog from all of those squares, and we'd reveal the hidden contents beneath the fog and learn more about the puzzle. And this is the great thing about this mechanic. I think it's especially good for people who are relatively new to variant Sudoku, because you basically know at the start of a Fog of War Sudoku that you have to focus on the cells that aren't covered by fog. And then Kennet's dad will have designed the puzzle so that once we get, let's say this was the first digit, by revealing the fog around this digit, we'll learn a little bit more about the puzzle, and we'll gradually solve it in a specific order that Kennet's dad has designed. So don't be tempted to cheat. You'll ruin the experience by sort of guessing any numbers in all the cells. Now, what's the next part of the rules? We have got a cell filled with a blue square contains an even digit. So we've got 6 blue squares. These all have to be even. I can hear Mavericks just taken off from the local airfield. So I apologise if we're going to get any aeroplane noise in the next few moments. Digits in cells joined by an X sum to 10. Not all X clues are given. Okay, so that must be under the fog. So under the fog somewhere, there's going to be, imagine these 2 digits here were, or these 2 cells were joined by an X, then we would know they would sum to 10. But these two, no, let's use these 2 cells. These 2 cells could absolutely sum to 10. There doesn't have to be an X between 2 digits that sum to 10. It's just some dominoes will have that positive information given. Digits in cells joined by V sum to 5. All V clues are given and visible from the outset of the puzzle. Well, that's huge. Wow. Okay, so that's a much larger constraint. So we're being told for the V's that firstly, these dominoes each do contain digits that sum to 5. Secondly, that domino, for example, in the puzzle cannot sum to 5. It doesn't matter that we can't see under the fog. It simply cannot be a domino that sums to 5, because if it had been, it would have been given. That's a very unusual rule. So now, and then there's one more sentence of rules. It says one digit is double the other in cells joined by a black dot, and we can't see any of those, and not all black dots are given. So imagine these 2 squares are joined by a black dot, and this square here was a 2. Then this square here would either be 1, because 2 is double 1, or 4, because 4 is double 2. So one of the digits has to be double the other. And let's say that this was a 2, and this was a 4, then that's fine. There doesn't have to be a black dot between these 2 cells just because one is double the other. Again, not all black dots are given. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So presumably, I mean, what we could do is... Oh, that's really strange. So I wondered if I clicked on a cell that had a V on it, whether it would light all the cells that had V's on. But it doesn't. That one definitely doesn't have a V on. Isn't that weird? Anyway, so I wonder if what we have to do, we can see that any cell that has a V on it must be a digit from 1, 2, 3, and 4, because they are the only possible cells or digits we can have in Sudoku that can be in a sum that adds up to 5. So what we probably need to do is to sort of label these dominoes. So I'll call this domino green, and this domino will either be a 1-4 pair or a 2-3 pair. But what we do know is that this will be the sort of opposite of green, won't it? I'll make that orange. Green and orange are quite good contrasts in our palette. Now this square is now orange, because if, let's say this was a 2, then that will be a 3, and that will be a 3. So this is also orange, this is also orange. This domino must be green now, because it's the opposite of orange. So all those are green. This is orange. There's a certain... Oh, wait a second. Yeah, that is interesting, actually. There is a certain symmetry. There's a huge symmetry, isn't there? If we were to rotate this grid 180 degrees around its centre, everything that we can see would map. You know, and the dominoes change colour. That's all that happens. So what that means is that if we do discover some logic, say, that applies to orange, we ought to definitely try and apply that logic to green, because it ought to be the same. It ought to be similar. Now, having said that, what is this telling us? It's not to do with the 5s, actually, is it? Well, 5 on the negative diagonal, it must make an appearance somewhere. Where does it go? I don't know, but it goes in one of those. It goes in the middle box somewhere. I can see. Okay, what I might do, actually, is immediately change my colour scheme, I'm afraid, because what I can see is that this digit, whatever it is, actually, this is very, very cool, because I can almost see, well, I think I have seen something very interesting here. Yeah, I have. Okay, I can play. So what I've seen is that I can place that digit, specifically that digit, in box 1. If you can't see how to do that, do pause the video and have a look at it, because it's really quite pretty how this works. So, but to show you, the best way to show you is going to be to change. I'm going to split orange up into what colour? We could have orange and red. They're quite close to one another, so we could sort of denote the relationship that way. I'll change those two to red, because these oranges are all the same, aren't they? Imagine this was a 3, then this is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 2, this is a 3. We can just trace them through the V dominoes. Now, here's the question. Where is orange? Now, so this now is not double orange, it's orange and red. But where is orange in this box? Now you can see, we don't know, but we do know orange is in one of these two positions. Now, where is orange in this row, was the question that led me to. And you can see, it's not in those squares by Sudoku, it's not in these squares because it's in one of these two, and it's not there. And that leads to the question, where is orange on the negative diagonal? And all of a sudden, you can see there's only one place for it, and it is in the corner. That's really lovely. Now orange is in one of those squares, look, by Sudoku. No, it didn't work there, unfortunately. Orange has got lots of possibilities in box 6. Have I pencil marked orange in all the I have pencil marked it in all the boxes. In fact, oh, that's it. Okay, here's another interesting thing. Red occupies the same cells in box 6 that orange does. But remember, we mustn't. So let's imagine this was red. Well, then this couldn't be orange and this couldn't be orange, because either way we'd create a naughty 5 domino, which we should have been able to see ab initio, and we wouldn't have been able to. So what that tells us is that the red and orange configuration in this box are diagonal. Within that 2 by 2, they're either going to be those two or those two. They can't be orthogonal neighbours. Oh, right. Where is the red digit? Oh, I don't quite know the answer to this question, but it is interesting. Where is the red digit on the negative diagonal? Now, it's not here by Sudoku. It's not there by Sudoku. It's not in this box because red's already made an appearance. It's not there. So it is in one of those two positions. And now we'll ask the question, where does red go in row 7 again? Not there, not there, not there, exactly there. This is beautiful. Oh, goodness, I like this. So red... Yeah. Oh, sorry, this is obvious. I should have done this immediately. Where is red in this box is a better question. Because red can't be here by Sudoku. It can't be in its own column by Sudoku. And it can't go next to orange, can it? And it isn't equal to orange, so it goes there, which means red goes here by Sudoku. Oops. So red is in one of those squares. Oh, that's less good. That's not impacting orange at all. Okay, but I'm going to take my own advice and I'm going to apply this logic now to green, because Surely that's the intention. So we'll switch those digits out. So I have got 2 flavors of green in my palette. And then I wonder if it works the same way. So this, how did we do it with the orange digit? I wonder if that has to be green. Let's see. So green is in this domino. So in row 3, green is in, yeah, it's going to do the same, isn't it? Because it's this diagonal again. It's working absolute magic. Where is dark green on the negative diagonal? It's in the corner by Sudoku now. And that's placed red as well, which means these two aren't red now. Oh, do we? No, we don't. I don't think. Well, no. Okay. What I do know as a result of that is that because red is in this domino, orange is not in this domino. And that places orange, look. Because orange is now in this domino in box 6, it's not here. So this is specifically orange, and that places red. Because red can't go next to orange anywhere. And now that, oh, this is sensational. Oh my goodness, I've not done a colouring puzzle like this for ages, and this is beautiful. I like this very much now. Oh, yes. I'm basically filling this in terms of colouring. I've done all, oh no, I have. I've done all oranges. I've done all reds. Now, can I just repeat this logic then for the greens and do the same thing? I would have thought I can, because I didn't use anything other than geometry to do it. So, okay, so the question then is going to be, where is lime green on the negative diagonal? Now, it's not here or here, so it's in one of these 3, and it's not there, so it's there. And that places it in this other domino over there. It's placed here by Sudoku. This places dark green. Oh, goodness me. So now, yeah, these did end up on a diagonal, didn't they? So we ought, oh, we can't put green, lime green, next to its friend. Otherwise that's too naughty for words. We're not allowed to create V dominoes. So this, one of those is dark green, and one of these is lime green. But we managed to sort that out with the other colours, didn't we? So hopefully, oh yes, we can do it again here. Dark green can't be next to light green. So that's green, which places the dark green. Now that's dark green by Sudoku. How many dark greens have we got? All of them. Have we got, how many light greens have we got? Not all of them. Not nearly all of them, actually. One of these is lime green. Yes, but we can do it here, and that logic is very suspiciously similar to what we did up there with the red and the orange, isn't it? Because lime green here, again, it can't go next to its friend, so it has to go here. This gets placed, and now that gets placed, and that's probably, let's double click them, that is 9 lime green. So we've done all the colouring of all of the 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s, although we haven't got a digit, which is a bit weird, because actually that is weird. Oh right, I can see what this is going to do, because there is one other type of digit that has been affected by all of this colouring, and that is the blue square digits. Because I am noticing that in my blue squares, which ordinarily would have been able to be 2, 4, 6 and 8, in no individual instance is my colouring overlapping. And therefore, because the coloured digits are 1, 2, 3 and 4, they're either 1, 4s or 2, 3 pairs, aren't they? These have all got to change nature to not be 2s and 4s, so these are 6s and 8s. Oh, I thought I'd broken the puzzle then, but I haven't. Okay, so I play R. So the first digit I'm going to get is the middle cell of the grid. Because where are 6 and 8 in the middle box? And the answer by Sudoku is in these 2 squares. And therefore I've only got one place left for 5. So this is going to be it now. Let's... Oh. That wasn't it at all. Okay, these are 7 and 9. These are 7 and 9. That's weird. That 5 actually, it didn't reveal anything. But can we place 5s as a result of the knowledge that we've got that 5 is in here? I'm wondering if we can place 5s around the grid somehow. 5 is in one of 3 places there. It's very symmetrical. It's still very symmetrical. Oh, goodness me. Do we have to colour the 6s and 8s then? Or, I mean, what else is there to do? I don't know. And where do we start the colouring for the 6s and 8s? Do we start... We probably start with these two. Just because they do reach out a little bit. I just don't think this is going to do enough, but I'm going to try it. So purple, so this is therefore yellow. Oh, that did, it's okay, just about, isn't it? Maybe I make that a different. Yellow on the blue background is not a very attractive option, is it? What else could we use? Black? Is that better? I don't know really. Probably is. I mean, it's very clear which is which, isn't it? So we'll make that purple. So that's black. Oh, it seems to not want to be. Then that can be purple. This isn't doing it. Well, no. Or is it? How do we... I need to extend this somewhat for it to be of any use at all. Oh, okay, we've got 7s and 9s on the negative diagonal as well, so maybe 7 and 9 can somehow be coloured. Oh, hang on, why have I got yellow there? That's got to be the black variety. So one of these is a black variety, 6 or 8. Gosh, this is really clever because there's not much here to go on, is there? Oh, wait a second. Ah, there it is, look. Where's this digit in this box? That is a very fair question. It's only got one place. And that means purple is in one of those squares. So that doesn't do anything. Ah, but where is the black digit in box 3? That is... Oh, that's great. That's very good. The reason I'm excited about that is it extends the colouring into column 5, 6s and 8s. So that top one is the purple one. The bottom one must be the black one. Now. So now one of those two is purple. This is the only... Oh, I see. That's sort of symmetrical. That's the only place for purple in... This is the only place for purple. This is still doing things. It really is, because that can't be purple, so this is purple. So purple is placed, look here. This is probably all repeatable, I think, for the black digit. I just haven't spotted it yet. Yeah, where's the black digit there? It's got to be here. Which places it here? I tell you what. The great thing about this puzzle is how fun it is. It just is fun because you can keep finding things. Now, have I done... Oh, no, I haven't, but I can. Oh, sorry. I wanted to get rid of purple from this square because that apparently has become, you've guessed it, purple. And all the purples are done and all the black digits are done. But the weird thing about this is I still haven't actually... And I revealed no extra digits as a result of this, did I? Oh, okay, so we might in a moment have to think about... No, because we don't know about... I was wondering, there isn't a restriction on x's, is there? I was wondering whether I could use the fact this is a 6 or an 8 to sort of argue they had to contain two odd digits, sorry, but that's not right because we don't know where x's live. There's no negative restraint or negative constraint like there is on the v's. So it's got to be something else. Maybe 5s, are they better now? 5s are in one of those two, 5s are in one of these two. 5s are in one of those two. I've pencil marked the 5s now, and they've done nothing for me. What have I missed here? Hang on. What I've got? It can't. I don't think it can be 7s and 9s, can it? I suppose that one is the same as that one by Sudoku. I don't think it's going to go far enough, though. Maybe you don't start in the middle. Maybe you start with that one, because that one's going to go there. Yes, okay. I am going to try that, actually. So I can make this one yellow, can't I? So I've got, what colours have I still got available? I've not used blue. Oh, that's disgraceful. Okay, so we use yellow and blue. That's great. So yellow, I don't know where yellow goes, but it's in one of those two. So yellow is placed in box 3. And now, I think it's legitimate to place yellow in box 9, isn't it? And therefore to place yellow in box thingy thing. Technical term for box 6. So anything yellow, oh well, actually let's be a bit careful about it, is 7 or 9. So yeah, that's good. Okay, this is great, because I have learnt something now. I've got that this digit is yellow. In fact, look, I'm going to get loads. I think I'm going to be able to do my 5s as a result of this. And presumably, once we get the 5s, we'll learn something more about everything else. So yellow is in one of these two squares. But let's just try and maintain the symmetry by doing blue. Is that going to be as good? It should be. That should be blue in the corner. That's a blue. So this is a blue. So this is a blue. Yeah, there we go. So that cannot be 5. This is the 5. That's the blue. Let's remove 5 from here. So the 5s go here, 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 and here. Oh, and there, I've just noticed. Oh, which presumably means there. So I'm going to clear these all in one go and hopefully reveal everything. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, okay. I have revealed some things. I have. This is a 7-9 pair. This is a 7-9 pair. Oopsie. I want to put them in like that, don't I? So I want to change these to be blue, as well as I want to double. Oh no, hang on. I'm trying to correct my colouring to put enough 7s and 9s and things in. But maybe it's unnecessary. So now what we can do is make use of what we've just discovered underneath this fog, look, and there seem to be some X's. Yes, okay, so this colour now, let's double click that has to be a 1 or a 3, because you can see that it has to be in an X relationship with an odd digit, and that's interesting for its equivalent. Its green digit is therefore even, isn't it? Because with it adds up to 5. So I haven't used this. And oh well, okay. This is okay. So this is the first opportunity for disambiguation, because one of these digits is double the other. Well, one cannot be involved. So lime green is 3, and purple is 6. That's what we've just discovered. So we can just click this through. 3. This is 6, which means that the black digit is now 8. Oh, look, another thing has just been revealed here. So that's the reds are 4 now. Orange must be 1, and this has become a 3. So okay, I've got to be careful here with the 7s and the 9s. Actually, the blue digit is 7, so that must be blue. Yes, I suppose what I could have done actually, which I think I did in my brain, but then didn't correct the colouring for, I could see that the X relationship applied both ways, so that colour has to be the same as that colour. So we can just, actually that's going to completely colour my grid, isn't it? And that's going to be rather lovely, because now I can double click my blues and turn them into 7s, which means my yellows have to be 9s. Now the dark green has got to be 2. I see, and I've done it. That's the magnificent thing about the software. Oh, 1,000 people have solved it. Wow. Wow. Well, it's a very popular puzzle with good reason. Kennet's dad, take a bow. I loved that. I loved many aspects of that. I loved two things in particular. Firstly, the fact that the initial colouring of the 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s is so, the way it works is really gorgeous with this negative diagonal. Then I loved the surprising nature. I could see that the even digits couldn't be 2s and 4s after that, but it really didn't look to me like they would give me much as a result of colouring those, but they did. And then the fact that you could sort of eke out the rest of it and then finish it with a modest amount of aplomb by double clicking the digits at the end was just a treat, an absolutely joyful puzzle. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.